Hello everyone, and welcome back to 4 Kilobyte Shorts Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program with Kerbal Space Adventures. Last time we went to Duna. We met the face of Duna. He was very polite. He offered us cookies. We said, no thank you, dirt cookies, not our thing. So, we came all the way back home, which is great and wonderful and awesome, and then all the Kerbals gathered around their Kerbal type table in the boardroom, and they said to themselves, what should we do next? And they all looked around very confused. And then they had an idea. Let's land on the sun! Yes, let's land on the sun. Well, after a little bit of discussion, we decided that maybe that wasn't the best idea. But the sun seemed like a good idea, just because. Now, we have some technology here that we haven't used with Interstellar, the Interstellar mod. And I've always wanted to try it out, and I figured the best way to do that is to put it where it needs to be. So I've constructed a satellite here. And this is the biggest, as you can see, the frame rate has dropped significantly. This is the biggest, most insane satellite I have ever created. This is a satellite, this is not a spaceship. This is a satellite. And as you can see by the name, the KSA Sunspot. And if that's any indication, we're going to take this little guy to the sun. Yes, he's going to the sun. And he's got a very special purpose. Now, you may recognize or not recognize some of the parts on here, like the batteries and these little blue things here. You may not know what those are. Ha 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 ha. Those are parts, extra parts from a new mod called the Near Future Propulsion Pack. Now, I wanted to let you guys know that I love everything about that pack. If you've heard of it, if you haven't, I love everything about it except the engines. I love the design of the engines, but all of the engines in that pack are ion engines. They're all ion engines of some type or another. So it has a really awesome design, as you can see here, like the capacitors, and these are just some of the parts. They have like these little guys, little actual capacitor guys, and then the bigger ones, and then bigger ones, and then bigger ones, and then bigger ones. And it's like the biggest one, that's the one we're using right now. And it's got these battery packs, you can't really see it from here, but it's got these battery packs that are like a bunch of little teeny tiny batteries all stuck together, and then a bigger battery pack, and then of course the battery pack we're using, the biggest one. And they have heat radiators, and nuclear engines, and, or, well, not nuclear engines, but nuclear power plants, and all sorts of fun stuff. And they even have one of these little guys, what is it, itinerant? Hard to say, service container. It's a smaller, slightly smaller version of the Hitchhiker, and it's got a little power unit in there, a little nuclear power unit in there. Awesome stuff, and they're so excellently designed, and I love how pretty they are. Look how pretty they are. We're going to be using these extensively in the upcoming episodes of Kerbal Space Adventures. But they have all sorts of fun stuff which we've added to this satellite, and then we have this guy here. Now, I don't really know how this works, so we may get this out there and it may be completely pointless, but we're going to give it a shot. We're going to give it a shot because I'm having an idea, and I love ideas, and you guys love ideas, and so we're having an idea. So yeah, we're going to take this to the sun. Yay! I don't know how close we can get it, but I guess the closer the better. Maybe 250,000 kilometers? Doubtful, but closer the better anyway. So yes, we're going to try to go to the sun. Probably a lot easier than we like to think it is, but you never know. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I have to get this little guy into orbit. I think that we have to deploy some of the stuff in orbit, so I think I'll see you guys in orbit when we deploy it, and you guys can see how awesome this stuff is. And then once it's deployed, we will take it to the sun and set it up completely and get it ready for stage 2. So I will see you guys in orbit. Alright guys, I know I said that I was going to see you in orbit, but I figured that even though Kerbal was not going to be flying on this particular spacecraft, it was worth the idea. I mean, this thing is huge. Look at this thing. It's the size of a 6-rack of orange tanks. I mean, I cannot let you see me launch that. That's just rude. So we're going to actually take off with this guy, and we're going to just do the first stage as I've always done. The first stage of the launch. If nothing goes wrong after that, then I'll just cut. If anything goes bad, you guys will absolutely be the first to know. I also wanted to point out over here, as you can see, using yet another mod, this is the alternate resources pack. Now, of course, you can use the original resources. It's really weird. You have to like toggle it. There you go. So this is the original, as you can see, is like electric charge storage, blah blah blah. But you hit alternate, it pops up an alternate. And the alternate, of course, shows you this the storage charge, liquid fuel, electric charge, oxidizer, megajoule, so on and so forth. So what's really great about this is it's very pretty. It's very pretty, and it's like a one-shot. You just look over and you're like, bam, 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 bam. You don't have to like, because I know that sometimes electricity, as you can see, a liquid fuel oxidizer, not on top of each other, the electricity's in the way, so sometimes these get mixed up. And when they get mixed up, you look over and you're like, oh, I'm running out of electricity, or oh, I'm running out of what, and you're not because you're looking at the wrong one. So this is a great little visual way of going, oh, okay, electricity's fine, or liquid fuel's fine. So it's the alternate resources mod. A very wonderful mod, absolutely. Just recently started using it, but I really like it. It also does staging. You can do staging inside the map screen. So if you go to the map screen, you can stage. I won't need that, of course, because we're not, staging inside the map screen. But it does finally give you that option to do that. Now, for whatever reason, this mod messes up our flag. I don't know why. It just does. Some mods do that. They mess up the flag. But for lack of a better idea, this thing has a 2 point something thrust to rate ratio. So we're just going to go ahead and launch. And there it is. Alright, so we're on our way. And again, this thing has enough. Gotta stabilize. Ooh, you know what we forget it? We forgot a stabilizer. Yes, we forgot an SAS unit. Oh, and we forgot a few other things. Okay, well, that was fun. I guess we're just gonna have to revert the flight because, in all honesty, I forgot some very important parts. Some very important parts. So, let's see if we can land it. Let's see if we can do a gentle landing. And if so, we'll... The answer to that question is almost. Almost. We've created a monument. That's actually pretty good. Yeah, I'll revert. We're gonna revert this flight, recover this flight, whichever. We're gonna set it up again, and then I'm gonna add all the parts that I forgot, and then we'll get it up. And again, I'm gonna show you guys the actual takeoff, the real takeoff this time. I promise. Alright everyone, so 2 SAS units have been installed for symmetry purposes as well, just, because. And we've also added a docking clamp because I realized initially when I was looking at it, but I did not actually put it on, that we don't have enough fuel to get to the sun once we get this thing into orbit. We're going to have to dock another module to it, and I needed the docking port, and I forgot it. So had we gotten this into orbit, it would have just sat there, which I guess would have worked for local stuff, but not for what our purposes are, which of course is going to the sun. So look, our destination right there. So again, we're going to try to get this up into orbit, and if nothing goes wrong after the initial launch, again, I'll see you guys in orbit. Otherwise, I will see you guys when the parts hit the ocean. So we'll have to see. So let's go ahead and launch. Okay, docking clamp's a little unstable. Looks like we're going to have to... We only have a thrust to rate ratio. I was wrong. We have a thrust to rate ratio of 1.87 at this point. I don't know why we're wobbly like we are, but we are. It wants to pull to one side. We should be basically even, so why it wants to pull to one side already, I do not know unless there's a balance issue with something. Are our fuel tanks not emptying properly? No, they are. They are. Yeah, it looks like she wants to pull hard to one side. Why is that? Oh, it's getting worse. She's a 6-cylinder. Oh, why is that getting worse? I'm like forcing this to one side, like completely. What is going on? Am I missing a fuel line? Is that what's going on? Did we miss a fuel line somewhere? Yes, we missed a fuel line somewhere. Okay, so it looks like I misaligned a fuel line, so we should be... Yeah, we can fly straight now. Alright, so let me get back inside and I'll fix that fuel line. Oh, that's the center engine trying to overheat. Okay, I was like, what is that noise? Yeah, it's been a while since I've heard that sound. So yeah, it looks like I missed a fuel line somewhere, and there's min-miss, hi min-miss. So that's gonna just go doing its own thing. So yeah, I will see you guys again at launch. Yeah, we'll try to get this up. 3rd time's the charm, right? Right. Alright, 3rd time's the charm, absolutely. So it turns out whatever was wrong with, or what had happened, not whatever was wrong with it, what had happened is one of our center fuel lines, one of the ones in the middle, had come loose, and it wasn't piping fuel properly, so we were burning fuel off one side of the rocket faster than the other. And go! Okay, so, if all else fails, no, wait, that was on. Okay, now it's on again, alright. So if all else fails, we should be fine, I hope. You know, I love it. It says that my frame rate's at 16 frames, but everything's running really smooth. I wonder why that is. I mean, it's like it's running really smooth, even though it's saying I have less frames than not. That's really odd. But hey, you know what? If it looks good, it looks good. I can't complain too much. You know, at least it's not jittery, right? That's our biggest gig. Alright, so again, we're just going to wait till the first stage. Once that first stage is done, provided there are no issues later on, I will be seeing you guys in orbit. If there are issues later on, I will be seeing you guys when we're flipping out into the ocean. I love how when you're going to the sun, you just look over and it's like, there it is. That's where we're going. Right there. Whole time. No questions asked. Now, while we fly, I did want to mention that there is another mod that I thought I had installed or had installed, but apparently I removed the parts for, which is not a good thing. And so I have to take a look at why and where, and then we'll be using that mod in our upcoming series as well. I'm not going to spoil it by telling you what it is, so know that there's a mod missing. Okay, that center engine is overheating, but we did go through our first stage, and we seem to be doing okay. So again, provided there are no issues, I will see you guys, well, when we're higher up in the out of the atmosphere. So I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, everyone, we have safely made it into orbit. Yay! And as you can see, we are slowly running out of power. Boo! But we have a thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to ditch. Unfortunately, I had much more fuel left than I thought I did. But I did do the calculations, and we still can't make it to the sun, even with this big old tank full of fuel. So we're going to say bye-bye, tank full of fuel. Bye-bye forevers. And there that goes. Too bad I didn't have, should have put some SAS on here, or not SAS, RCS on here so we can thrust away. But the amount of thrust on there will slowly get it away from us. If it's moving at about 0.2, 0.3 meters per second. When we dock with this, we are going to be able to be very, very careful of these. But I know what you guys have been waiting for. You're like, KB, what are those arms on there? Ah, yes, the arms, the gigantic arms sticking out there. Now, the reason they're sticking out there is because I don't know how many of you have seen this thing deployed, but it is huge. It is huge. And if you're going to go big, you might as well go all the way. So I went all the way. And if we go ahead and hit... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, it shouldn't be a problem. They should still vent waste heat even if they're not open, but it won't be as pretty. Did not think about that when I put those on there. Oh well. Oh well, I can't open those because it will pop the dishes off. So I was going to do this all at once, but it looks like I'm going to have to do it in 2 separate stages. That's okay. We're going to extend our panels then. So you guys get to see these happen in 2 different stages. Now, as you can see, I'm zoomed out pretty far. Pretty far. And you're like, KB, what? Are you trying to catch fish? I know, right? Am I trying to catch fish? No, not trying to catch fish. I'm trying to catch some rays, actually. I think we should, well, either way, yeah, we'll look at it this way because you can see it better. As you can see, and it opens, and then they slide into place. Such great animation it really is. And once they slid into place, it should automatically start turning in the direction that we need it to face. I can't vouch for how fast it's going to turn because those things are enormous, but they should start turning into place. There they go. There they go. Oh yeah, we're already generating power like crazy. 95, 96, 103, 108. Alright. Wow, 137. Go, man, go! And they're not even pointed at the sun yet. They're still turning. Energy flow. It's only 0.36 energy exposure on the sun, but they're producing waste heat like mad. Now, as I said, hopefully that won't be too big of an issue. These things should be able to radiate waste heat even if they're closed. And if not, I should be able to open just one and we should be fine. Alternatively, I'd have to relaunch the whole thing, but alternatively I can move the waste heat up to here. Upsetting, but quite the possibility. So yeah, ginormous solar panels. Ginormous solar panels, look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful, and they're still not even pointed directly at the sun. 60%. That's it. 0.6, 60%. Insanity. And I guess if you guys wanted to see what this looks like, and I suppose I could test it now, we need to just toggle one of these on. So if we toggle, we're just going to toggle on as a relay. And that should have been the right button. Okay, apparently that wasn't the right button. Alright, so we'll use that button instead. So as you can see, this opens up. And hopefully I put it out wide enough. That was my goal with the arms. Yeah. So I was going to save doing this until we reach the sun, but because of the couple of issues that we've just discovered, we have to do it now. But there it is. That's going to be our sunspot. So you can kind of understand why we chose such a name. And it is ginormous. Now, I'm going to have to test. I'm going to do so off camera, but I'm going to have to test to see how long this thing can go without overheating. It's never going to be outside the rays of the sun, so I kind of have to take that into account, because when it goes behind Kerbin, it's going to get dark, and it's going to cool off. But we don't have that option. Am I still losing power? Oh no, I think I'm losing power because this is charging. Um, really? I'm still losing power. With these giant solar panels, I'm still losing power. I'm losing 5.68 per second. Really? Well, these are still getting into place. Maybe we'll have to see how it works, but I'm pretty sure we're not balanced properly. So it's a good test. It's a good test. Unfortunately, it looks like we have some balance issues with the satellite, but this is going to be the Sunspot, and we're just going to try to get it around the sun. Now, since we know it launches perfectly well, it does. It launches perfectly well. Any adjustments now that we make will be fine. So I'll most likely have to move the waste heat generators or the waste heat panels up to here. That's fine. And then we're going to have to add, like, more power? Probably just like 3 RTGs would be enough to do this, I think. Because I think I turned on, was it beam? I turned on the transmitter? Yeah, that's what we'll be using as a transmitter. So it's beaming power right now. And we may get more power when we're closer to the sun, but probably not, as far as I can tell. Because sun exposure right now is 0.89%, and it's still losing 5.68 per second. And that's not good. We want to keep this thing on as much as possible, like always on. So, guess we'll have to cope with that. We also have another issue here with the heat production. Now, the issue here is, I'm going to go ahead and throw this out there for you guys. The issue here is that heat production is a side effect of the near future propulsion mod, and then waste heat is a side effect of the interstellar mod. So you have 2 sets of waste heat, which is really unfortunate. But both systems come with their own waste distribution panels. So if we put 2 extra panels on there, it shouldn't be a problem. It'll just increase weight a little bit, but that'll be fine. That'll be fine. So this is it. This is our Sunspot. This thing is ginormous. Ginormous, ginormous. I would hate to see a Kerbal try to cross one of these panels. My God. But yeah, so we're losing about 5.68 per second. That's like 2 RTGs. Even though these are pretty much, yeah, these are pretty much 90, like 100%, and we're still losing just a little bit of power. So that looks like that's going to be a little bit of an issue. Not too big of an issue, but a big enough of an issue. Yeah, so as you can see, our electric, we'd have to turn it off and turn it back on and so on and so forth. So we're not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and take this back down. We can't take it down this way, but oh, that would have been sweet. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this back down and relaunch with the corrections. I'm not going to show that off to you guys, but I will see you guys most likely when we're near the sun. So I'll see you guys there. Alright everybody, it took several more attempts, several more flights before I finally came up with a solution to our problem. I added a nuclear reactor! As I said, the Near Future Propulsion Pack comes with its own reactor system, and this is one of the reactors. As you can see, it's very see-through, very hollow. It doesn't have any fairings on it. I love it. It's very pretty. Along with that, we added a few better heat dispensers for that particular pack, and then a few more heat dispensers for the Interstellar pack, so that the waste heat and everything else could be produced, and so on and so forth. Now, the reason it took me like several flights to get this thing back up here, and the reason why is because these right here, there are several versions of them, and one of the versions that I used apparently was it breaks. It broke the ship every time I tried to launch it. The radial decouplers would all break off. Like even if I had this thing strutted up to where it wouldn't move. It not even a centimeter. And I had these panels, not these ones, but a set of panels on there, and it kept breaking off. And then I put these ones on, and problem solved. Don't know. So there it is. But let's go ahead and open all these up and see how pretty this is, and then see if I have to go and rebuild this stupid thing again. So hit 5. And there they go. Look at that. Look at all those extending panels. Insanity panels. Insanity panels. But nice. Very nice. Very nice. Now, unlike the heat panels for the Interstellar pack, the near future propulsion they don't rotate, so they don't care where they are in relation to the sun. And that's fine. So what the way we design this, or the way that I redesign this, is that since we're not going to be using the microwave panel 100% of the time, all we need to do is turn on the nuclear reactor when we need it, when we need to transmit power. Because other than that, like I put solar panels, I put RTGs, I put everything on there, and like I would have to put 6-7 tons worth of power generators on this thing in order to generate enough power that a 3-ton nuclear generator would generate. So because of that, this is our new satellite, this new monstrosity of a thing, and it will be what we take to to the sun once we get once we get ready to rock and roll. Which I guess now that everything's up here and ready to go, I guess we are. Look at that, no waste heat at all. Like we're generating zero. Well, of course we do have to open this to generate waste heat or turn on the reactor, but I'm not going to do that. We're not going to care. This is it. This is the last design. I've launched this thing too many times. So we're going to bring up a hitchhiker unit or something similar. It's going to be a very special design in order to fit behind these without breaking them off, or have one of its own, one of the two. Once we get that up here, we're going to go out and we're going to head towards our destination. Yay! We're going to head towards the sun. So pretty. So yeah, so I will see you guys probably during docking, and then once again, after that, we'll just probably skip over the sun. So I'll see you guys there. All right, everybody, here we are, about 97 meters away, which isn't too far. I just wanted to show this before we ended up going behind the dark side. This is the Hitchhiker V2. It launches better, it's much easier to get into orbit. The downside, of course, is the fact that because it's so heavy and because it's carrying 4 nuclear rockets instead of 1, it has about half as much delta V. But it does have the larger docking clamp, in the front there, which you can't see, so that it can attach to our little friend here. Now, I did take the liberty of shutting off the Sunspot's outer solar panels so that we don't bump into them. I also took the liberty of flipping the entire thing around to where it's presenting its docking end to us, as you can see there. And I also closed off the 2 antennae. Now the reason I closed off the antennae is so that we would not bump them, but of course, now I don't have any lights, and we're all going to die. Not entirely true, but we don't have any lights. I did not bring any lights, so we are going to have to eyeball this. Luckily, we do have the gases there. Doesn't that thing look scary? It looks like something out of Star Trek, like an evil spaceship comes from nowhere, and pointy outy bits, and red lights, and Terabad. Or not, I don't know. It looks very Star Trekian to me. I mean, if I saw something like that coming out of the dust clouds of the sky at me, I'd be kind of like, ugh! Just straight up, I'd be like, I'm done. I am done. I explore space, sure, but I didn't sign up for this crap. Alright, so I'm pretty sure that you guys probably can't see it as well as I can. Unlike other videos that I upload, I actually do not enhance the gamma of KSP, which is really odd because it comes out really well. I don't know why I decided to speed up just then. I know I'm going to miss this thing. Yeah, we're a little off. I don't know, I feel like everything's moving so slow, but it's probably because of the frame rate or the calculations. So it says that we're doing 0.5 meters per second, but while it says that, I'm like, whatever. Alright, there we go. There we go. That should work out a little bit better to our advantage. Alright, perfect. Now I just need to go this way a little bit. Now we have lots of, you see, monopropellant, MP right there. Lots of monopropellant to work with. I think monopropellant might be better if it were a different color because it's green, and it looks a little bit too close to the green of the electric charge, but the only other color I could think of would be orange, but of course liquid fuel is orange, so I'm not sure what color monopropellant would be. Of course, I think that monopropellant as orange would... I keep spinning this around because I'm like, where is it? I think monopropellant as orange would be best because... oh, that's why. That's why. Yeah, if you guys heard that staging, that is a bug. I don't know what causes that bug or what has caused that bug, but that's a bug. It happens... okay, this should be okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what causes that bug. It's a mod. I'm pretty sure it's a mod that causes that bug. Are we going to attach? So did we make it? I think we missed. Pretty sure we missed. Yeah, we missed by inches. By inches we missed. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's... Anyway, it's a bug with one of the... I don't know why I'm doing this back and forth so quickly like I am. I'm just like, left, right, left, right, left, right. Alright, there we go. Bring it back, back it up. Straight back as you can get. Okay, bring it down, up. We want to aim our nose at the thing. Oh no, that's right. I was right the first time. No. Wow. You know what? You don't put lights on this thing, and it's gone. You're done. You don't put lights on it, and you're done. All right. We'll try again. You know, it could probably... Wow, why did that just happen? What in the heck? Okay, not entirely sure what happened there. Where are we? Control from here? Why is this being... Okay, there's that. Okay, we're cool. We're good. I have no idea what just happened, but apparently the camera's just going really weird. This new near future propulsion mod is giving me a little bit more hassle than I thought it was going to. Not sure why. Now that should be better. I mean, we are basically aligned. We're gonna speed it up a little bit, so we should just clamp right in there, right? Clunk right in there. Nice and clean, nice and gentle, nice and smooth. Nice and nice, and really? Bam, done. Wait, what do you mean you're not gonna connect? No, 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 no. Don't tell me that. I put you on there correctly. I know I didn't, did I? No, I know I did. I know I did. Connect, come on. Come on, love me. Love me. Please? Please? With a cookie on top? It's not going to connect. I've had this problem in the past. I have. We'll just turn gently to one side. There you go. Alright. Then we'll try again. We're going to back away. I have enough monopropellant to really mess around with this. Now, the only other option I can think of is ramming speed. It's worked in the past. It might work now. Because this should be correct. This is facing the right way, and that one should be facing the right way. Or is it? Is that one on backwards? How did that even happen? Oh, don't tell me it's on backwards. Come on. I would... No, 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 no. I put too much work into this for that stupid thing to be... It's on backwards. It's on back... Bunk. We're never going to be able to dock with it because it's on backwards. Okay, massive design flaw just discovered in our large satellite system. Oh, man. And you know what? The really sad part about this is there's no way to fix it. I have two... Well, this one's already up here. So I guess my only other choice is to... Wow. Okay. Trips to the sun, ladies and gentlemen. Not easy. It looks like, yeah, I'm gonna have to fix that because now this guy's up here, but he's stuck. Okay. Well, you know what? That's just the way it goes. I guess I'm gonna bring a new one of these up. And I guess I'll just rendezvous, because it comes up with a lot of fuel. And I'll just rendezvous with this guy. Now that, we guess it's 103 monopropellant to work with, but that's fine. That's fine. So yeah, let me go ahead and do that. We will switch over. And I will reopen these solar panels, because why not? Extend panel. Extend panel. And then why not just open the... Oh, wait, this doesn't open unless it's active. It doesn't. No, it does. Okay, so we'll leave it closed. So yeah, there it is. So we're just gonna open that back up, and yeah, we'll bring another ship up because apparently the Sunspot massive design flaw, that docking port is on backwards. So I didn't even check. I took it out of the list and I put it on there like I thought it was supposed to be, and whoopsie. Okay, well that's cool. So yeah, we'll see you guys when we're docking to actual spaceships together rather than a spaceship in a lump. So I'll see you guys back up here. Alright everyone, here we are again for like, what, the 6th time? 5th time? I lost count. But we're here, or close to here. So yeah, again with that little discharge sound. Yeah, so hopefully we make it, this time I got the docking port on correctly. I don't know why I didn't check, I just didn't check it last time. I really didn't, and that was my bad. So at least we now have a microwave generator satellite in orbit, which it was a pretty cool scene. When I say it was a pretty cool scene, we passed it. We actually passed the generator, the other generator on the way here. That actually might be it blinking out there in the distance. I don't know. Oh, what's a good way to say this? Basically, you know how when things like pop in, they pop in about 2.2 kilometers, right? Well, this thing popped in at 2.2 kilometers, and you could see the solar panels. You could see it. It was huge. This thing is so huge, you could see it 2 kilometers away. I was just like, whoa. And then we flew like within 200 meters of it because of a targeting issue. I had a little bit of a targeting issue between it and the hitchhiker. And so because of that, we ended up targeting it instead of the hitchhiker. So it was really weird. We got close to it, and then I just brought the hitchhiker back. So we have since then passed by. So it's out there somewhere in orbit. It will never go anywhere else because, of course, the docking port is on backwards. But that's okay. That is okay. If nothing else, it'll act as a very, very, very large relay, you know, because it can be a relay if we need one. It won't be a very good relay because, of course, you won't be able to see it from most places, but but other than that, it'll work just fine. All right, but hey, at least we didn't have to bring up a new hitchhiker. That's a pretty good thing. And I hope I'm not making everybody seasick. I don't know why I keep wigging out the camera like I've been doing. I don't mean to. It's like I'm really super excited to get like everything lined up properly or something. I don't know what's going on. But we're about to dock. I'm just this flight has been such a pain in the butt. I mean, for me more than you guys, because you guys get to see when I do things right and when I do things wrong. I have to correct them when I do them wrong. I'm like, hey, this is an idea. I'll just do this wrong. All right, so we're gonna move forward, and we're gonna go up. We're too high and too far to the left. I shouldn't be worried about the monopropellant so much. At this point, I'm not. I'm just like, done, don't care. Done, don't care. Whoa, we are moving heavy to one side. This thing is heavy. I don't know what is up. Okay, now we're not moving so much anymore. Alright, so this thing is like super duper heavy. And the frame rate is terabad. It's really low. The physics acceleration anyway is really low. It's about 14 frames per second. That's how big this thing is. There's a 14 frame per second type spaceship. That's what we're looking at here. Okay. There we go. That's a little better. So let's go ahead and bring it down a little bit. And I've been overcompensating too. I think it's because when physics takes a long time, this little guy up here is orange. When it takes, or yellow, whatever color you want to call it. When it takes a little while to calculate, the game time actually is slower because the game time is calculated per frame. So of course, although it says that like 10 seconds or 2 minutes have passed, it's actually been longer because it's been 2 minutes worth of frames, but it's been like 5 minutes because it's assuming that frames are like 60 frames per second. So you're just like, huh? Yeah. So now this time here on the light side of Kerbin, where all things are good and glorious. I should work this a completely different way, and give him it. Oh, look at that big kiss. Mwah. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We were lined up, aren't we? We were like almost perfectly lined up. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. I didn't even mean to do that. Oh wow, whoa. That is nice. Look at that. Almost 90 degrees. Actually, I think it. Wow, we did that good. Urgh. Oh wait, we gonna win. We have a win, yay! All right, and what? Whoa, what is that with the shadow and the power? Ooh, awesome! Look at that shadow cast. Man, that shadow casts a while. I was actually thinking about that when you deploy these solar panels in orbit. Could you see the shadow on the ground? I mean, they're huge, huge. But now we have to fly off towards the sun, which shouldn't be too hard. But let's go ahead and open everything up. And one is our communications arrays, right? Well, actually, we do need to open those up. So let's go ahead and open this one up. Open. There we go. Okay, so it's like we are connected. Why are you not opening? Okay, cool. So that one opened, and then we'll just go ahead and we'll open this one. And then I guess we will open up all of our panels. So here they go. Woo! And they shouldn't hit anything. Everything. I designed the Hitchhiker 2 specifically for this ship. Nothing should connect. Nothing should bump into each other. It should all work just fine. So when those things open up fully, we should be fine. Of course, because of the slow frame rate, unfortunately, we it takes a little while for it to completely ramp up. Yeah, it takes a little while to open anyway. But I do love how it opens up like a net, and then the panels come out. So that's nice. Oh, plus now I can just use the 5 key. So there they go. Block the sun. Block the sun. Woo! All right, totally awesome. Okay, so now I have to stop wasting time here. But I did want to see those things fully open. But now we can stop wasting time. And now I will get a burn going, and we will burn towards the sun. Yeah! Oh, you know what? I should have called this thing the Icarus. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. We'll call the next one the Icarus, I'm sure. So we'll take this thing towards the sun, and I will see you guys when we're ready to, when we're there, I guess, when we're ready to deploy or just hang out or whatever. So I'll see you guys there. Alrighty, everybody. Here we are at the sun, and we have about, well, it says 15 seconds left to burn, but I'm not entirely sure if that's 100% true. Waiting for it. Not gonna look at the sun until it happens. No, we're not gonna be able to complete this burn. I just did a burn that overtook how much delta V we actually had left, so the burn is actually going to be incomplete. And as you can see, I do have MechJeb running this burn because it's just a long burn. It was like, how many minutes? 10, 20, something like that? I don't even remember. Okay, we're gonna remove all nodes. Bye-bye, goodbye, and goodbye, MechJeb. We don't have to worry about that. Now, as you can see by our orbit, we are at 4,193 million meters by 3.071 million meters, or 3 gajillion by 6 gajillion. And we go within and outside the orbit of Moho, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. It was the first ship I built for this. And, you know, the sun's pretty close. I mean, a few gajillion meters away, still, that thing is huge. The sun is huge. You can see it, it's pretty and all that stuff. So, it's here. Now, we're not going to do anything with it because at this moment, right now, at this time, we have nothing that we need to do with it, basically. This whole thing was set here specifically to use the microwave generator. Now, it does have a, as I said, nuclear engine on it, and it does have nuclear fuel. And it's really interesting is when you turn these engines on, it'll actually tell you how many days it will operate before it cuts out because of how much nuclear fuel it has, which is really interesting. And they last for about, with that much fuel, I'd say they last for about 600 days, something like that. Depends on how fast they're running. But it's all pretty good. We have our capacitor banks here for extra power. They aren't batteries. They are not batteries. Okay, the way they work is batteries automatically discharge into whatever they're attached to. These you have to tell them to discharge, and they only discharge into batteries. So they store power for batteries. It's really awesome, and then you can charge them separately. I really like them. I put them on there. They're pretty. This whole thing just looks very pretty. And of course, up, you know, silhouetted against the sun. Let's back it off a little bit. Silhouetted against the sun is like it's just. Wait, that's a screenshot. That's not what I wanted. There we go. Now I can take a screenshot. There. Let's take a screenshot. Why not? And there it is. There is our satellite Odum, our microwave radiation satellite. Not very close to the sun, but closer than most. And I think just for fun, just for a little bit of side fun. Oh, we can't. We don't have an antenna on it big enough. I was going to detach the hitchhiker and then have it move away, but well, it's got a passive relay on it. It might be able to. Well, we'll quick save and we'll see. I don't want to leave debris out here. If it doesn't work, we'll just end the flight. But let's go ahead and detach it and let's see if we can actually get it to work. Okay, so we'll disable. And are you connected? Hey, it is still connected. Look at that. That's awesome sauce. So we're gonna have it connected. We're just gonna back off a little bit, tee up, and then. Alright, so since we have the passive array on this, and these ones are considered passive omnis now, I don't know if I told you guys that before, I did convert the remote tech system to where all the satellite dishes, all the antennas, everything, although they have the same range as they had before, they are passive. You no longer have to aim them at anything. And I like that better. It makes it much easier to operate. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and back off, and we'll just as much as we can. And I wonder if... Which way's up? That way's up? I wonder if we could slow down even more. Probably not. Well, from way out here we could slow down a little bit. But not enough for it to matter. There we go. But not enough for it to matter. But we'll just go ahead and burn our way past the ship. We'll just use up the rest of our RCS fuel. And we'll just be like, bye-bye, boat. Bye-bye, gigantic ship. Bye-bye, Sunspot. And really is a sunspot. And so yeah, so that's our first step. It's not really an important piece of what we're doing. It's more of an experimental piece of what we're doing, but it's nice to have. It'll be interesting, I hope. And if it doesn't work, you know, no loss. But unfortunately, we can't continue what we're doing until I figure out if that mod piece that I believe I accidentally uninstalled or uninstalled on purpose, but would now like to have back, is there. So what that means is we're going to go ahead and pause here. It has been a really long time for me. I hope the video is long enough for everybody. But it has been a really long time for me getting... I launched like 5 of these, I swear, because every time I launched one... even after I realized the docking port was backwards, I went back in and relaunched it. I renamed it the Sunspot 2, and I relaunched it. Halfway up into orbit, I realized that that I hadn't flipped the docking port over, so it was still... It still wouldn't have worked, so I had to, you know, crash that one, we had to fly, go back and do it again. So yeah, it has been a lot of work to get that little guy out here, little guy out here. But that's okay. So our first step is completed on our next mission, our next set of missions here on Kerbal Space Adventure. So once again, I would like to thank you all very much for joining me for Kilobyte Short on this Let's Play of Kerbal Space Program, Kerbal Space Adventures. and I will see you guys next video.